This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Very pleasant good morning. It's 10:07 at WPSL 1590. Talk of the Treasure Coast, webcaster of the world on your TuneIn app. Time now for Miret Team Live with Christine and Chris.
I like it, Christine and Chris.
Good morning, Greg.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, boy, you guys are bright and cheery and ready to sell about 10 houses today.
Absolutely, that's the goal. It's the time of year. The market is still very, very hot. People are coming down. Florida is one of the most sought-after states in the country, if not the most sought-after state in the country. So we are welcoming everybody. Come on down to South Florida.
You hear a lot of the talk show hosts talking about no state taxes.
Yes.
I mean, does that really...
It's huge. Yeah.
Okay.
It really is. When you start thinking what the income, what the average income will get you in like a state income tax like New York, the taxes that they pay there compared to what that gets you, the financial power down in Florida, that's a huge benefit. And the fact that you get, it's a free, we have the beautiful beaches, the beautiful weather, and so much more development that's happening, which we'll get into later in the show, which is really exciting. This is just a great destination to be at.
One of my old ESPN pals just sold in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And he has an exit tax.
An exit. Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Connecticut is charging you to move out
leave.
of the state.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Well, that's a...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and it's a percentage of the house.
Yeah, in California,
Wow.
they just implemented
California too, yes.
5% tax on top of all your other taxes to sell a home over $5 million. So they are expecting a huge influx of people moving from the LA County to Newport Beach. But unfortunately, just read that Newport Beach, the prices have gone down 11% since that tax was implemented. So yeah, it's that's the reason why people are leaving in droves from states like California, where you're taxed out of your brains, and in New York, and they're coming down to here, where you're free to spend your own money. So come on down. We're ready for you.
I was just reading an article this morning where for May of 2023, Florida had 5 of the top 10 cities, major metros. Florida had 5 of them.
Where people are moving
Yep.
into.
So it's
Wow.
Miami, Orlando. Yeah.
Sure.
Just unbelievable.
Tampa, Cape Coral. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're right up there with it. There's so much to offer here in St. Lucie County. And what we've found is we've always had a strong migration from the Northeast as well as from down south.
Mm-hmm.
Being we're just perfectly located in between Miami and Orlando. So we're pretty much have half of our buyers are coming from the south, Miami, Fort Lauderdale coming up to the north, and then from the Northeast coming down. So we're seeing a real good mixture between the two. That's where most of our buyers are coming from.
And if you are a business, especially transportation type business,
Yes.
you're right here. You're within 3 hours of almost everywhere.
Absolutely.
Except the Panhandle, which nobody cares about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a hike.
That's a real hike.
So, yes, we have a lot to talk about during this hour. We have an exciting guest, which we'll get to in a minute, since we're talking about growth and development. Wes will be sharing a lot of insight on that topic. But before we get there, I just want to talk about a couple of listings that we have, the Miret team, Chris and Christine. We have a couple of waterfront listings that I want to touch on today in St. Lucie County, and one is in Sweetwater. So this community is off of 25th Street. It's a 9-home little quaint community, and I just listed a house in there that's colonial. We call it colonial meets tropical. It's a beautiful, beautiful home with a lot of beautiful live oaks that surround the property. It is ocean access on the St. Lucie River. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, and it has a pool and a beautiful tiki area where you can entertain out back. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So if you look, Christine Cornell Stone Cipher up on Instagram or Facebook. You can see my post and my video that showcases this beautiful home. It's a must-see. So if anybody wants to see that, it's listed at $7,999. So it is definitely a deal.
And this one here, the privacy, you feel like you're so close to everything, which is the beauty of this White City property. Is you feel like you have the Audubon who owns the preserve behind you, and then you have a park right before you get to this subdivision. So the utmost in privacy, you get to really enjoy the nature all the way around you. You don't hear or see anything when you're in your back beautiful yard fishing
quiet.
from the dock. And so we highly recommend anyone looking for a waterfront property to call Christine for her beautiful listing in Sweetwater.
Wait a minute, we could move the radio station there.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. I'm sure the neighbors wouldn't mind that.
All these people traipsing in our neighborhood.
Of course. I'm sure they'll welcome you with open arms.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet.
We'll sell it to you if you want to buy it, Greg.
Absolutely.
Not a problem there. And then we have another great listing that is on the water as well, and this is in Hidden River Estates, Port St. Lucie. So this is a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath home. So a larger home. It's listed at $1.250. It is on just over a half-acre lot. Beautiful, beautiful backyard. Pool. Dock, huge dock with 2 boat lifts. So it's a boater's dream for sure. He also has a tiny little tiki, not like the other property, but he does have a tiki. And it is on the St. Lucie River as well. So another great property. And if you don't know about Hidden River, it is a hidden little gem, that's for sure, off of the Floresta area. So.
And the beautiful thing about both properties is county taxes. So the taxes are significantly lower versus city. So you do have that as well. And then Hidden River directly on the St. Lucie River. Both of the properties are on the St. Lucie River, but they're both really has a lot of character and charm in both properties. So anyone looking for a beautiful waterfront property, please give us a call. And you can reach Christine at?
You can reach me on my cell at 772-971-7111.
Or myself, Chris, 772-201-9115. And online, you can reach us at the Miret team, MIRETTEAM.com.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, so now I want to introduce our guest. This is Wes McCurry, and Wes is with I call it the EDC, but we'll say the Economic Development Council for those that don't know that acronym. And he is the Senior Vice President. He just started in that role in November. So I've worked with Pete, who you report to, and for a very long time, and they do a lot of good work, the EDC. So Wes was overseeing, prior to this role, you oversaw the rapid development of Port St. Lucie's job corridor, and you were also part of the Tradition Development Company and Core Communities, if anybody listening remembers that name, right?
Absolutely.
So you were part of that master planning phase and transforming all that acreage into the most dynamic community, Tradition. So we're going to talk a lot about the Tradition area. Wes comes with a wealth of knowledge and experience, so we are really happy to have you join us this morning, Wes.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So why don't we talk a little bit, we want to get started with Tradition and the growth and development that's taking place out there. Talk to us about what the future holds as far as all that land that you're going to be developing and any entertainment, restaurants, what's coming our way.
Sure. So there's a lot of exciting things happening out in the Tradition area. That whole area over the last probably 4 or 5 years has really seen an explosion of growth.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from residential to job growth with some of the new companies that have come in out there along I-95.
Yep.
So along the lines of entertainment, one of the things that is out there right now that's pretty exciting is the city of Port St. Lucie is entertaining a request for qualifications for developers for about a 55-acre parcel down at the intersection of Becker Road and Village Parkway.
Wow.
And the whole purpose of that is to be an entertainment destination.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
We definitely need that.
Yeah.
So what would that entail? What is there any blueprint as far as what they're looking for?
So there is, Chris. The city did a master plan
Okay.
on that whole property back in 2021, I think it was. And for that corner, the recommendation was kind of a town center type development,
Okay.
oriented towards restaurants and entertainment.
Excellent.
Perhaps with a grocery store.
Okay.
You know, kind of almost like another Tradition Village center. So
Excellent. Okay. That's so fantastic. That downtown Tradition area is just so fantastic. The character with the lakes behind it. It's such a nice little area there. And then, you know, you were part of the master plan. One of the visionaries that presented the Tradition area. Can you talk to us back in your core days? Did you ever think that it was going to be what it turned out to be?
We did, but I tell you, you know, looking back on it, it could have been bigger.
Really?
You know,
Wow.
It could have been bigger. It could have been a little bit bigger. It was nice back in that time to really host a lot of the big events in
Sure.
that square.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now, you know, it's a little tight kind of doing that.
Yes,
The events
yes.
still happen there.
Right.
But it would have been nice if we had just planned it to be a little bit bigger so it could continue to host those larger events.
Yeah, I definitely understand. As someone that tries to keep it local and try to support the local businesses as much as possible, I know parking could get a little bit tight there, especially with the big events that go. We try to hit as many as we possibly can. But it is so beautiful. But yeah, it's hard to imagine back then when we started developing Tradition, you know, that it was going to take on like this, and especially we had a few ups and downs along the way before we got to where we are currently.
So now the land development out there, how many lots can be built? What does that look like?
Oh, wow, Christine, it's a lot.
I heard it. I heard that it's 40,000 or something like that.
You're right on the money. You're right on the money. So
It's crazy, right? It just-
there's about 40,000 residential units that are already approved to be
Wow.
developed,
Excellent.
and there's probably another 10,000 that are in the pipeline of approvals right now,
Okay.
and that's all south of Midway Road,
South
and west
of
of
Midway.
I-95.
That's unbelievable.
And Southern
So
growth.
that's 50,000 homes?
Correct.
So we're going to be right up, when those get developed, we're going to be well over that 300,000 for the population of Port St. Lucie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. What is the time frame? Do you have any idea as far as the time frame for the development of those $40,000 to $50,000 homes? 40, 50,000. Wish it would be 40 to 50. Well, I don't wish that, but I know a lot of buyers wish they could be 40 to 50,000 new homes.
I'd say it's, total build out of that whole area, it's probably going to take some time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 20, 30 years.
Okay,
all
that makes
completely
sense.
Built out.
Absolutely, that definitely makes sense. And the fact that we're the third largest land as far as land, miles
Mass,
in
yeah.
mass land in the state of Florida, it's really exciting to see this development. It's really exciting to see it, and these additional homes, and the fact that the infrastructure is going to support it with the parks, and so hopefully some new restaurants as well. That's really exciting.
Yeah. So with job growth, what are the different categories that we're attracting out in that area? I know medical, right?
Medical's a big component. With Cleveland Clinic coming into the area, that was a huge shot in the arm for that area.
Yes.
Cleveland Clinic has taken over the former VGTI building,
Yes.
which they are doing research in that building now. Probably got about 100 people in that building.
Excellent. Okay.
And then the former Torrey Pines building is now part of FIU, Florida International
Yes,
University.
that's right.
Yes.
Doing graduate program research there.
Okay.
And so you've got just tremendous opportunity for continued medical expansion there, continued research, and there's a true kind of bench to bedside research capability there, where some of the things they're researching, they're actually able to do clinical trials right there on patients in the hospital.
Wow,
So
that's
it's pretty amazing stuff. And then some of the other things that are coming into that area, some of them you've seen already.
Yep.
So FedEx Ground
Yep.
has a new facility there. Amazon just opened a new facility. Both of those are distribution. Tamco Lighting opened a facility there a couple years ago,
Yes.
manufacturing.
So they always have the nice, pretty different colored
Yes.
light schemes going, right?
Yeah, it looks pretty impressive going down
It
there.
is.
certainly
It
does.
is.
And new building that just got completed, and the company's getting ready to open their doors any day now, is Excel International. That's
Okay.
another manufacturing company.
Excellent.
It's not Microsoft Excel.
No.
No.
It's a company that they're located out of Connecticut.
Okay.
Is where their main office is, and they do coated wire manufacturing.
Wow.
For the aviation industry, medical industry. So.
Wow.
Pretty exciting project there. They're probably going to be looking to hire about 125 people a little bit later this summer.
Okay,
Excellent.
that's good.
And what else we got coming in? Cheney Brothers.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
that's a
Cheney,
big
that's-
building.
Cheney
Yep.
Brothers, that's a huge building.
Yes.
It is.
Cheney Brothers, probably about a 400,000 square foot building. That should be completed probably towards the end of this year.
Excellent.
And they'll be looking to hire probably about 350 people at that facility.
That is so fantastic. I know when I started in real estate in '95, that was the biggest roadblock for people staying in St. Lucie County was the lack of jobs at that time. So many people could afford Port St. Lucie, where the average sales price was right around $80,000 back then, and now we're right at $400,000, just to give you an idea. But people would buy their home here and then commute down to West Palm Beach. It is so nice to be able to stay here in the county and have a nice high-paying job available. Lots of high-paying jobs available right in town.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's our whole mission, is to elevate the economic stature of the county.
Absolutely.
Bring some of those people that are commuting, hour and a half south.
Yep.
Stay here, right here in the local community to work.
Absolutely. That's just fantastic. That helps us in the real estate industry tremendously, to be able to have those jobs here, to keep everything here. And that's going to attract more people to come live in the area, and then more recreational facilities as well.
All right, let's take a quick break. You're on Miret Team Live here on WPSL.
Hello, I'm Chris.
And I'm Christine with the Miret team of Keller Williams Realty.
Looking for a knowledgeable and trustworthy real estate agent? Look no further than the Miret team.
With 28 years experience and over 3,000 satisfied clients, we are committed to helping you navigate the complex real estate market.
The Miret team is the perfect partner for all of your home buying and selling needs.
Contact us for a free home market evaluation or visit our website, miretteam.com. That's MIRETTEAM.com.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
So we are here with Wes McCurry from the Economic Development Council, and Wes is the Senior Vice President. Am I giving you a different title? Or
No, that's right.
Did I promote you? Okay. So, and he has been involved in the growth and development of St. Lucie County, specifically Tradition area, for many, many years. So he brings a lot of knowledge and experience to the table. We're talking about all the growth and development out, particularly in the Tradition area. We were talking about the growth in the job market, and what that's creating out there with the expansion of health and the research that is coming out to the Tradition area, which is really great for our community. And if you're looking to live in St. Lucie County, specifically in the Tradition area, having that health and the Cleveland Clinic and the research and all the studies that are being done in that area is really helpful. Do you see a different, demographic coming to the area in St. Lucie County? Are we getting younger? I know we have a mix of families and retirees, but do we see it getting younger?
We're a young county. Average age in St. Lucie County is 43.
Yep.
I saw that, and I was very excited when I saw that number.
Yeah, absolutely. And back in my Tradition days, a lot of the new home buyers we saw were mostly retirees.
Sure.
And I think the community's definitely changing, where you're starting to see a lot more families come in.
Yes.
Still a good amount of retirees moving to the area. But
Absolutely.
definitely a lot more families as well.
Absolutely. And that's the one beautiful thing with Tradition, is all the different communities that are either being built or are currently constructed. There's a good balance between the family based communities, and then the 55 plus communities. And the amenities that these communities are bringing are just top notch. Resort pools, the pickleball courts, it's just unbelievable what's happening, and all the choices that are being given to people to keep them in St. Lucie County, which is obviously the goal for all of us here.
Yeah. So how about schools? Are there going to be more schools that are coming our way?
Yes. So St. Lucie County Public Schools are actually, they just recently had a groundbreaking for a new high school.
Oh.
Excellent.
It doesn't have a name yet, but
Okay.
they're kind of calling it the Tradition Triple D School, high school.
Okay.
It's going to be located right on Crosstown Parkway.
Okay.
And
Oh,
Crosstown
wow.
Parkway is currently under construction to go out to all the way out to Range Line Road.
Excellent.
That should be done in 2025.
Excellent.
And that high school should open in August of 2025.
So is it going to be west there then?
Yes.
Okay.
But west of Village Parkway.
West of Village Parkway. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably 2 miles west of Village Parkway.
Okay.
So then if you're not familiar with that, I'm just trying to understand too. So that's west of Verano?
It's probably like right about in the middle of where
Okay.
Verano is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because Verano goes all the way back.
Yeah.
I'm a current resident in Verano, and seeing the expansion that is going on there is just unbelievable. The new homes and the fact that they own so much land going all the way back to Rangeline, it's a lot of people can't comprehend how much land is actually back there west of Village Parkway.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
And that's going to be a great school. I mean, the school district has done a great job. I mean, speaking of jobs, they've done a fantastic job of continuing and career technical education. So that school is going to focus on biomedical,
Wow.
dental,
Oh, that's
Excellent.
fantastic.
global logistics, hospitality. Those are the kind of programs they're going to offer there for career training.
So when is that school going to open? 2025?
2025.
2025. Okay.
Now, that's the first of two out there. The second one is going to be later. And then they're also talking about building a football stadium out there, similar to what they have in St. Lucie West.
Okay.
For those two schools.
Okay, that's fantastic. Do we have the population of the high school yet? Have they got that far as what they are anticipating the new high school as far as the student body?
I think they're anticipating 2,000 student stations there.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is fantastic. That is so fantastic. It goes, obviously, with this influx of population, we need to have the new facilities to teach the children. So that is very exciting news there, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And one more that's worth throwing out there is IRSC.
Yeah.
They have a grand opening coming up soon for their nursing facility that's being built
Nice.
Fantastic.
at the Pruitt campus.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
good old
50,000
Ken
square
Pruitt.
feet.
Yes.
Yeah. Ken Pruitt campus, 50,000 square feet nursing facility. Gonna
Wow.
actually double their capacity for nursing students.
Oh, that is so fan. We need the
Well, we
need for
need
the
it.
nursing is so fantastic. That is great news. Well, excellent. Well, we are just coming up on our first break of the hour. Again, Chris and Christine, and we're here with Wes, and we will continue right after this break.
How can folks get in touch with you guys?
They can contact me, Christine. I almost went back to Chris. Christine at 772-971-7111.
And Chris, 772-201-9115.
All right, let's take the half-hour break. And you are listening to Miret Team Live right here on WPSL, Port St. Lucie. Talk of the Treasure Coast, webcaster to the world.
Hello, I'm Chris.
And I'm Christine with the Miret team of Keller Williams Realty.
Looking for a knowledgeable and trustworthy real estate agent? Look no further than the Miret team.
With 28 years experience and over 3,000 satisfied clients, we are committed to helping you navigate the complex real estate market.
The Miret team is the perfect partner for all of your home buying and selling needs.
Contact us for a free home market evaluation or visit our website, miretteam.com. That's MIRETTEAM.com. And we're back with Christine and Chris, the Miret team of Keller Williams. And also we have Wes McCurry here with us, the Economic Development Council, EDC. He's the vice president there. So Wes, before the break, we were talking about all the development and growth in St. Lucie County. We were specifically talking about Tradition area. I know that there's a lot more growth taking place throughout the county. So let's talk a little bit about the city center and what that's going to look like, that project.
Sure. So City Center, right on US 1 at the corner of US 1 and Walton Road. That project's been a long time in the making.
Yes, it has.
Goes all the way back to probably 2001.
Wow.
And the city recently got control of all of the land there, so they own a total of about 40 acres.
Excellent.
They're going through a master planning process right now. And they just recently had a public workshop on it. I think it was earlier this week. And they are basically reimagining that development, looking at, kind of how can it be transformed into more of an entertainment district, perhaps with some multifamily, perhaps an expansion of the Civic Center that's there to kind of really create more of a convention-style destination.
Nice.
So are they still talking about a hotel?
Yes, hotel is big.
Wow.
Excellent.
Critical to expansion of the Civic Center, actually.
I feel like we really need a hotel in that area, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I definitely remember back at the City Center going to a mixed martial arts event right there, probably 13, 14 years ago, and now most of them are held at the Fenn Center in Fort Pierce. It'd be so nice if we had another venue right there in Port St. Lucie as well, because that land's been sitting there. It's such prime property, so close. We have so many people that are in that area, Club Med, east of US 1, that could really use it. So that's really exciting that they are starting to move forward in the development of that, that city center. That's really exciting.
Yeah, so much needed for our county entertainment, restaurants. We're going to need that with all the growth and development that we were talking about earlier. We have the Westmoreland, we'll call it the Port District, right?
Yes.
Talk to us about that, where that's located and what's on the horizon there.
Yeah, the Port District. So the Port District is located along Veterans Parkway in Port St. Lucie. Also kind of extends down along Westmoreland. And the big project there right now that the city's working on is the park at Westmoreland, which is part of the port.
Yeah.
It's about a 10-acre park. Some of the things that are going to be there are a boardwalk along the river. That's actually already completed.
Nice.
It's going to connect under Port St. Lucie Boulevard to
Oh,
the
that's
existing
awesome.
boardwalk at Rivergate.
Fantastic.
Wow.
I think that work should actually be starting pretty soon to make that connection. And there's a playground there, a children's playground, that's going to be really unique. It's going to have custom pieces. It's not going to be your standard off-the-shelf playground equipment.
Right.
It's going to kind of give it a wow factor, so to speak.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And last but not least, a restaurant, waterfront restaurant.
Ooh.
Fantastic. That makes me very excited. I know for years we've been hinted at that it's going to be coming, but now it's actually going to be a reality. Do we have any time frame on when that will actually start?
So they are just now getting into the planning stage.
Excellent.
I think they may have just recently submitted their plans to the city, and it's actually going to be a really cool concept. So
Okay.
it's the main restaurant is probably going to be like a seafood-oriented type restaurant.
Okay.
Sure. Right along the river. It makes
That
sense.
makes sense, yeah.
And then they're going to have some satellite buildings that are arranged around an open courtyard that'll
Nice.
have some different food offerings in
Okay.
those.
I
So it'll
love
be
that.
kind of like almost like a little food court type of
Okay.
thing right there on the river.
That's
Okay.
fantastic. That's so nice. That beautiful river, the views there, and for the people from way back, that's where they filmed Moonraker, the James Bond movie, right back right down that river. A lot of people don't know that, so we actually have some fame there along that waterway, which is really exciting that we actually get to develop it. Much needed, and what a beautiful landscaping and backdrop that will be.
And talking about how St. Lucie County is getting younger and all the families moving into the area, that makes a lot of sense to create more restaurant venues and a park and a little different, park than your average. I know there's a park down south that's really cool, so I'm hoping it's kind of like that, unique and, so just something different. And that whole boardwalk area, I mean, it's great for walkers and families just to walk along that area. That's exciting. So speaking of parks, how about out west in the Tradition area? Is there more parks and recs coming out that way?
There are quite a few facilities being planned out there. Mattamy Homes is working directly with City of Port St. Lucie on planning several parks out there. So you've got the Tradition Regional Park, about 110 acres.
Wow.
That one is, I think they may have started land clearing on that already.
Fantastic.
And that's going to have athletic fields,
Oh,
have some
nice.
walking trails. I think it might even have a canoe trail in the lakes there.
very
That would be so nice.
You know,
Now,
a couple-
where is that going to be?
It's going to be right on Tradition Parkway, just to the west of where the Renaissance Charter Schools are.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay, know exactly where it is. Then. Yeah.
Huh. Nice.
Excellent.
A couple other parks they're working on. Stars and Stripes Park in Southern Grove. That's
Okay.
kind of gonna be a patriotic themed park
Excellent.
with some sculptures and walking trails. And then at the south end on Becker Road, they're planning what's being referred to as the Sogro Park, which is planned for an amphitheater.
Oh,
Fantastic. That's something that is music to our ears. You know, to have the
Pun intended?
yeah, absolutely intended to have that. To have people coming in, you know, bands and being able to enjoy this wonderful area. To have people come to us instead of us having to go down to the Palm Beach County to see our favorite bands. It'll be so nice to have that here. How big is the amphitheater? Do we have any idea as far as what it will hold as far as capacity?
So I haven't seen any plans on it, but I know the talk in the past on it was probably in the 2,000 to 3,000 seat range.
oh, nice.
Excellent.
That's
So
nice.
that's a good
That's a
size.
good
So
size.
that's a nice crowd right there.
Yeah.
That's excellent. And then when we go a little bit further north, we hit Midway Road, and there's, I know, a lot of development and a lot of proposed development that's going to be happening there with different residential communities. And I know a lot of people are asking me, and hopefully you could shed some light on it as far as the surf park, the wave pools. You know, is that community, is that still moving forward?
As far as I know, it is. That's a really cool project right there. So Willow Lakes is the name of the development, the Wave Garden Wave Park.
Yep.
Located in the city of Fort Pierce. I think they've got all their preliminary approvals. So hopefully we'll see something moving forward there soon. And it's supposed to be the world's largest wave
That's what I
park.
read. That's crazy.
It's supposed to be able to generate like 1,000 waves an hour, I think, and be able to accommodate 100 surfers at one time.
Yeah.
So really incredible. And talking about entertainment, they're going to have kind of arranged around the end of that, you know, collection of restaurants and retail shops and entertainment.
Sure.
So that's kind of the whole idea for that.
So this is north of Midway Road, then?
Just on the north side of Midway Road, directly west of I-95.
Wow.
Nice.
And talk about a destination. That is something people
It's
are, I
perfect.
would think, travel all over the country, the world, to, you know, to have the parks, self-made parks. As a former surfer from way back in the old days, you know, that's something.
Did they have surfboards when you were a kid?
They absolutely did. I used
I'm
to
just
stick
curious.
it through my mother's sunroof, and she'd take me to the North Jetty, and we'd go all over the place searching for any sort of semblance of waves. To actually have it, where you know you're going to get the swell, you know, that is just so exciting, and that's going to drive so many people to this area. Hopefully some good competition, some pro surfers will be here. Just the potential of that is so exciting. That's great.
And accommodating 100 surfers at one time. I mean, there's logistics to that too. So that's, I mean, it has to be huge. And you don't have to be an avid surfer, I read, right? You could be someone like me and, you know, that doesn't know what they're doing.
But
And
see, I'd see a telecast and some real surfing events there. Why
Yes,
not, huh?
Yeah,
Get
definitely.
ESPN down here, and yeah.
Absolutely, that would definitely be very exciting. If they have cornhole on ESPN, I think I think surfing could.
They
definitely...
do. They have cornhole on ESPN.
Yeah,
Wow.
They do.
No offense to all you cornhole players.
And then going a little bit further north in St. Lucie County, going into Fort Pierce, we have Kings Landing, which is the really exciting development down in downtown Fort Pierce. Can you talk a little bit about that and what that's looking like?
Sure. So downtown Fort Pierce, I mean, what a gym we got there.
Yes.
Kings Landing is going in on the former power plant site there.
Yep.
They've
Oh,
already
okay.
started construction. It's slated for probably about 230 residential units or so, about 75,000 feet of retail and restaurant space,
Excellent.
Wow.
and I think about 140 room hotel.
Excellent.
So that'll be a great anchor for downtown Fort Pierce.
Absolutely. The beauty in that downtown area is just second to none. And so many people just don't know about it, or they don't travel up that way. And again, that's going to be a real nice destination. And then on South Hutchinson Island, I know there's a resort that's going in up there with some residential as well. Can you talk a little bit about that one?
Yeah, so I don't know a whole lot about that one. I do know it's, I think it's kind of like a condotel type of development.
That's
It's
what
gonna
I
be
had read as well.
Okay.
Like a collection of residences,
Yep.
but available for short-term rental.
Right.
We'll have a clubhouse and day dock on the riverside.
Right.
So I mean, it looks like a great project.
Absolutely, and I had read that there's going to have restaurants in there. They're going to have a lot of water sports that are going to be available as well, and all these great things that are. It's going to be a destination. We already are a destination, but now with these added benefits that are going to be out there and so much extra to do, and we're really separating ourselves now. It's very exciting.
I'm just waiting for that Fort Pierce area to take off because it's just a beautiful area. We have one of the prettiest inlets.
Yeah, it sure is, and I mean, another phenomenal project in Fort Pierce is Director Shipyards.
Yes. Yeah, tell us
So-
about that. I heard like Kylie Jenner has her boat there. Is that
wouldn't-
true?
I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't know.
Not her boat, excuse me, her yacht.
Yeah. Yacht for sure.
Yes.
So Director Shipyards is a yacht refurbishing, refitment operation. They're one of the largest of those operations in the world.
Excellent.
And they actually have the largest boat crane there for hauling these yachts out of the water.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's incredible. If you've been up in that area and seen it, the thing is massive.
Yes.
It
think
is massive.
yeah,
When do they
it's-
do that so we could see that in action? Is there like...
I haven't seen
Is
it
it
in
random?
action yet, but I definitely want to see it in action.
Absolutely. That's and again going back to the creating the jobs in the area, and that I would assume they're definitely employ quite a bit of people there for a project like that.
Well, and
Yes.
it's funny because the director in Dania, what they're now telling them is, you guys get the small boats. We'll take all the large ones in Fort Pierce, and that's where that has taken a lot of pressure off their New York operation as well.
Okay. Okay. That makes
So
sense.
it's like Fort Pierce is now number one, and it's really funny if you look at their letterhead. It's Fort Pierce and Monte Carlo. And you go, what?
not
It's
usually in
awesome.
the same sentence.
That's right.
So there's a lot going on in Fort Pierce. I mean, having the world's largest surf park, I just, that blows my mind.
Blows my mind,
that
too.
coming to Fort Pierce. I mean, that's incredible. So if you haven't been to Fort Pierce lately, you need to be checking out the downtown area and the inlet. I remember we used to go to the Paid Beach. Remember that was
Pay Beach and North Beach, by the jetty. Absolutely.
I mean, good times were had there for sure. And I know a lot of families still go out there. It's still very active. It's a nice little, I don't know if it's a sandbar, but it's a nice place to anchor and
the
just
cove and-
the cove. It's like calm waters and
Are they talking about developing the old hotel site on North Hutchinson Island? It was,
The Holiday Inn from
the
back-
Holiday Inn
years
that
ago.
got
Yes.
that
yeah, it got destroyed in the
got
hurricane.
destroyed during the storms. Yeah, right on the
but
corner
that's a
there.
gorgeous site. I was thinking, oh my goodness,
Absolutely.
Yes.
I
that
remember
would be incredible.
That
for
was the
development.
reason why I had such a problem getting through college because I just wanted to leave at like noon and go to the Holiday Inn and lay out on the beach and eat tacos.
And who wouldn't want that? Yeah, I remember professional boxers were coming and training in that area as well. That site, and a lot of good memories there. Sharky's right across the street.
Sharky's,
Yeah,
yeah.
good old sub shop. So definitely some good memories over there. That's really exciting.
Yeah, and that area there, if you head and I guess that's A1A, right? So if you go over North Bridge and then you head north on A1A, there's some real nice development in new communities over in that area too. I mean, we know it as the condos. There's a lot of condos, obviously, but there's some nice little communities too that I've noticed are developing in that area. So also the bridge. We're
Yes.
doing something with the bridge. What's
So-
going on and what bridge?
North Bridge.
North
Yep.
Bridge and Fort Pierce.
North Bridge is being rebuilt. It's getting going. It's going to basically look like South Bridge.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
That-
they've already
wonderful.
started. They've already started work on it. Piling's going in. I'm not sure what the schedule is on it, but I'm sure it'll take a couple years probably.
So no more drawbridge.
Correct. Well, I think they're going to leave a portion of the old bridge there for like a fishing pier. is what I
Kind of
understand.
like Martin County did?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. So that always intrigues me, bridges and how you work around that, right? I mean, they're gonna have to shut that down. They're building. I mean, what?
Well, my guess is that they'll build the new span beside the old bridge.
Okay.
And then when they get it completed, open that up
Open
and
that
start
up and okay.
decommissioning the old bridge.
Sure.
Which is what they did with the Roosevelt Bridge.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing, and I know that's probably many years to even get to this point. Anytime you're dealing with bridges, you have definitely have a lot of kickback, in doing that. So that's so fantastic because we need it in the area, whether we want it or not. We're growing, and we need to have the infrastructure to accommodate that growth, and the bridge to be able to have an egress from the island. In case of we are in hurricane season, so that is a reality. So that is good that we have that, the bigger bridge that will accommodate people going in and out of the island.
All right, let's take a quick break. We got about another 10 minutes left. You're on Miret Team Live here on WPSL.
Hello, I'm Chris.
And I'm Christine with the Miret team of Keller Williams Realty.
Looking for a knowledgeable and trustworthy real estate agent? Look no further than the Miret team.
With 28 years experience and over 3,000 satisfied clients, we are committed to helping you navigate the complex real estate market.
The Miret team is the perfect partner for all of your home buying and selling needs.
Contact us for a free home market evaluation or visit our website, miretteam.com. That's MIRETTEAM.com.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Welcome back. We're here with Wes McCurry with the Economic Development Council and Chris Miret. And I'm Christine Stonecipher. We're with the Miret team of Keller Williams Realty. And so we were talking about all the development taking place in St. Lucie County. Wes was sharing all the planned activities that will be coming our way. This is one of the most highest growth areas, fastest growing communities, St. Lucie County for sure. When a lot of families, the influx of families and people moving to the area, migrating from the Northeast and from down south, as we know that's the migration pattern, right? There has to be work for these people, right? So let's get into a little bit about the workforce development projects that are coming.
Sure, absolutely. So as we mentioned before, a lot of new companies moving into the area, and a lot of new buildings coming online that are going to have companies moving into those. So part of our efforts to fill those jobs we work pretty closely with the school district, the college, some nonprofits like Project Lift, the Treasure Coast Builders Association, to really kind of make sure that we're addressing the needs of our employers, to put the right training programs in place, addressing skilled trades as well. And, actually we've got a boot camp coming up pretty soon that the EDC is doing in conjunction with the Treasure Coast Builders Association and Project Lift, as well as some local companies, the Marine Industries Association as well. So we'll bring in some local companies to kind of teach a group of kids aged, I think, 17 to 21 or so, skills that can translate into jobs that these companies are looking for, offer some apprentice opportunities and that kind of thing. So if anyone's interested in learning some skills that can apply to some good jobs that are out there, definitely get in touch with our office.
Absolutely. And how can we get in touch with your office?
So our office is in St. Lucie West on the Pruitt campus of IRSC. Our number is 772-336-6252. And our website is www.youredc.com.
Excellent. It's so exciting, the value that you're creating with the EDC and bringing all these high-paying jobs to the area, the development. It's amazing. As someone that's been in the area since 1978, when it was 2 lanes on Prima Vista, 2 lanes on Port St. Lucie Boulevard, to where we are now, it's just unbelievable. So thank you so much for all the hard work you and your company are doing. It's just fantastic. And where we see the vision, it's just mind-blowing to see where we're going and how much further we still have to get that vision in.
Yeah, so Wes, if people that organizations, companies want to get involved with the EDC, the Economic Development Council, how would they go about doing that? And how does that benefit them? I mean, I know the networking aspect of it is huge, right?
Oh, absolutely. So we do a monthly luncheon every month where we kind of give an update on different projects we're working on, different economic development initiatives. We also usually bring in a guest speaker that talks on some economic development projects, or topics rather. And so we're a member-based organization. You know, we also have contracts with the local governments as well. But that's one way for people to get involved is to join the organization. And the benefits are definitely the networking opportunities are a huge benefit, and then just the overall economic benefit of increasing the level of jobs, employment within St. Lucie County, increasing the wage skills, huge benefits that translate across many different facets.
Absolutely. As realtors, that is something, being able to sell our area and having people stay in St. Lucie County, as where they could work here, they could spend their money here, their leisure time, they could spend the money. That's always been the goal, and to see it actually coming to fruition with the help of the EDC, it's so gratifying, on our end, to be able to tell people, and it helps make our job so much easier. So thank you for that.
Yeah, growing the economy helps everybody.
Absolutely. And being in the know and aware of what's taking place within your community and your county is important. So that luncheon you spoke about, I believe it's the first Tuesday of every month, unless I think it's going to be August 8th, right?
Yes,
and so that's the second Tuesday, but typically it's around that first Tuesday, I believe. And then it's held at the campus, right? The Ken Pruitt?
Usually it's held at the Civic Center and City Center.
Oh, is it at the city?
Yes,
okay,
it is.
so
At
it's
the
moved
Mid-Florida
since.
Event Center. Yep.
All right.
And you have to register in advance. So you can contact Candy Marlowe in our office for registering for that event. It's usually anywhere between 180, 200 people. Great turnout.
Nice turnout.
All the leaders of the community are there.
All the top leaders. I found it very advantageous to be part of the EDC when I worked in media prior to moving over to real estate, because there's the movers and shakers are there, right? And so between the EDC and Teresa we had on last week with the Chamber, just two really important organizations to get involved with if you're looking to grow and expand your brand or your business, or just meet, other top players within the community.
Absolutely. And one thing that we had spoke about before we went on air, Wes, is I know the core community, a lot of the guys that you worked with to expand your vision into what is now tradition. And we had said how nice it is that we still have that small town feel here in Port St. Lucie and St. Lucie County. And I think it's really important that we maintain that. And part of that is the networking that is provided with great organizations like yourself. And so that is just fantastic that we have that opportunity.
I remember when Jane Rowley came to us and said, we're going to start something new in St. Lucie West called West Fest. in the public shopping center, and it was like, okay, and then of course, needless to say, that expanded out to tradition when tradition was formed. So
absolutely,
it's amazing
to steal from Friday Fest and make it our own. It's definitely very exciting. Those good days, yes, that's definitely exciting.
And it all came from core community.
Yes,
absolutely. Their vision. It's amazing to think that we have that because of the vision. This great group of people that Wes was a part of. So for that, thank you so much, Wes. We can't thank you enough for the great information you provided to us and our listeners, and we really greatly appreciate it. If you could again let people know where they could reach out to you. If you're a business owner and you want to network, where can they get a hold of you?
So phone number 772-336-6252, website www.youredc.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Wes. We greatly appreciate your time. And Christine, why don't we tell them about your waterfront listing in White City?
We have a waterfront listing that just went live last week, or actually Monday, I believe. So it's a new listing, and it is ocean access waterfront gem in an intimate 9-home community called Sweetwater. So it's off of 25th Street, across from Fort Pierce Central. So beautiful, beautiful home. Colonial meets tropical. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-story home, 2.5 baths. It has it's a beautiful property with live oak trees, all the Spanish moss. I mean, it's just beautiful when you drive up that long driveway. And then outside, they have a pool, a beautiful outdoor area with a huge tiki bar with a large screen TV, flat screen TV, and lots of seating area, a bar. And it's on the St. Lucie River, ocean access with a dock and a boat lift. So it is 7999. Contact me, Christine Stonecipher, with the Miret team at 772-971-7111 if you would like to see this home.
And I'm Chris Miret, 772-201-9115. Thank you very much.
And this has been Miret Team Live on WPSL, Port St. Lucie. Talk of the Treasure Coast, webcaster to the world. CBS News is next.